Hello there friends, Larry here with Organic Sound Select Guitars. In today's video I'm going to demonstrate for you how to change strings on a guitar with a slotted headstock. It's not nearly as complicated or as difficult as many of you think. I have had several customers here in the shop tell me that they won't even consider buying a guitar with a slotted headstock because they're so worried about what they've heard is a difficult task of changing strings on that guitar. I'm here to tell you it's not difficult at all. There are 2 or 3 little tricks to learn. Once you learn them, it's every bit as fast, every bit as easy to change the strings on a guitar like this as it is on a guitar with a normal solid paddle type headstock. What I have for you to show you today is a Santa Cruz guitar. This is a 00 Sky model. It's a 12 fret to the body guitar with a slotted headstock. It needed new strings, so it's a perfect guitar to demonstrate for you. Now I've already removed the old strings. The new strings are here already placed into the bridge. This is a great opportunity, by the way, when you're changing the strings. Now's the time to clean your fingerboard. I like to use an old cotton t-shirt that's been washed hundreds of times and is so soft now. I add just a little bit of water to the cotton t-shirt. I use it to clean some of the grime off of the fingerboard and the frets. And when the strings are gone, you can also dust and clean the guitar and make it look as pretty as you need it to be. Now, what tools do you need? Of course, a tuner is helpful. I use a power winder. You don't absolutely need a power winder. You can just use your fingers. But if you're doing a lot of these, this is really helpful. And of course, you need something to cut the strings with. This is a tool that came from StewMac. It's made specifically for cutting guitar strings, although you can use any kind of a normal wire cutter if that's what you have at home. So let's talk about the trick. I'm going to start with the 6th string, or the low E string. It's already here in the bridge. I'm going to pull it nice and tight so that it's in line with the tuning peg that it's going to go on. And I'm going to go past that first tuning peg to the second one and slightly past, and I'm going to put a real sharp bend in the string right there. So this is roughly an inch or an inch and a half past the tuning peg that it's going to go on. You've got this nice sharp bend. I'm going to take my string cutter and I'm going to move about 1/2 inch past that bend, and I'm going to cut. So you have a piece of string. You don't need it anymore. Discard it at the side. Now when you're doing this, it's nice to have all the holes on the tuners facing up. It'll save you a little bit of time. I'm going to place it into the hole here. Now for the 1st and the 6th string, I like to start the first wind to be towards the inside. Make sure it's going the right way. Remember, it's going to turn to the left in order to tighten that string. One time around, and then as soon as it crosses that piece of string sticking through the hole, we're going to cross over, which essentially locks that string here. All the way around, and we're going to bring it right up to tension, making sure that it's in the proper nut slot here. So the string's here. I'm going to give it a nice little pull to make sure that the winds are nice and tight and that the ball end is flush against that bridge plate. I can use my tuner, and let's go ahead and bring it up to E. Now realize, tuning does not have to be perfect in the beginning. We'll make sure it is later on. I bring it all the way up to E. I'm going to give it another little pull, which will make it go a little bit flat. Okay, 1 string down. Moving on to the next string. The A string, again, put it in its nut slot. Go 1 tuner past, a little bit more. Sharp bend. Cut about 1/2 inch past. Place it in. Now when I'm winding this, I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go first wind towards the inside, towards the outside. And the next winds will be on the inside. Okay, bring it up to tune. Okay, give it a little stretch again, all the way up and down. Again, tuning does not need to be perfect here. 4th string. Pull it tight. We're going to go again 1 inch or 1.5 inches past the tuning peg. In this case, just past the end of the headstock. Sharp bend. Cut roughly a ½ an inch past. Put it in its hole. Get it started, and here we go. First one towards the inside, pull it across, and towards the outside. Doing it this way, by the way, it keeps the pull angle roughly straight on the string all the way up. Okay, give it some tension, give it some stretch. All right, that's 6, 5, and 4 strings. Let me move to the other side, and we're going to do the last 3 strings. Now, I like to start with the first string now. If we could start with the 3rd string, then we're going to get crossed up a little bit. We'll start with the 1st, put it in its nut slot, go 1 past, give it a nice sharp bend. Grab your string cutter, cut about a ½ inch past. Now, if I didn't say this before, it's really nice to have all the holes pointing upward. It'll save you a little bit of time, right? Put through the hole. Sometimes, if you're like me, you need reading glasses. Now I can see it. Okay, first line towards the inside, cross over, and then we're going to go towards the outside. Notice how I'm holding the string, make sure it doesn't slip out as I'm doing this. Okay, tune it up. Again, we're going to go. Give it a little stretch. Don't worry about exact tuning, we'll get to that later. 2nd string, put in its nut slot, go about 1 inch past or about to the 3rd tuning peg or a little past. Give it a sharp bend. Cut. Place it in, turn. Outside first, and then cross over to the inside. Now, you may have heard that little pop. So the ball end of the string wasn't flush against the bridge plate. It was down a little bit. So as I brought it up to pitch, it popped up against the bridge plate. Bring it up. Give it your stretch. One more string to go. Okay, this is our G string. We're going to go just past the end of the headstock before we give it our bend. Place it in the hole. Outside first, cross over to the inside, bring it up to pitch. Make sure it's in its nut slot and nice and tight. Bring it up, stretch, and there we go. So all 6 strings are in. That only took a few minutes, right? Now it's time to bring it up to tune. Okay, use your tuner. You can use your phone tuner, whatever technique you use. Everything will be a little flat because all the tension of the strings, the cumulative tension, will bring the neck up a little bit into some relief. You'll need to tune up a bit. That's E. There's A. D. B. Once I've done that, I like to give one more stretch on all 6 strings, just to make sure everything's nice and tight. The winds are all tight. And then we'll have to bring it up again. E, A, D, G, B, and you may need to do that 2 or 3 times. There we go. Doesn't take very long at all, right? Maybe 8 or 10 minutes total. And you've got a guitar ready to go. Thanks for watching.